That's the bloopinest guitar that we've ever seen. Check out the 50s standard lily pond. When I first think of that name, I think lily pads in the pond. But no, I see really strange skulls and faces and like disfigured frogs in this. It's awesome. I really like this one because it's like some guy's head and his eyes are just like popping out in a cartoony way, not disgusting. I definitely see some sort of a three-eyed frog over here. But it's got that unique uncovered neck pickup and the covered bridge. That thing was made to cover blooping. And if you haven't heard these viscous gastrointestinal synth beats, you best be looking this up. Oh man, is that what I think it is? Sure enough, you got like some sort of a continuation of that design on the headstock. All you need is that frog with the sunglasses on your truss rod cover, and that would have been a keeper. That same green design over the natural back would have looked really cool as well, but no such luck on that front. Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. You didn't figure it out, we're talking about the Gibson mod collection again. 61 Sparkle Storm. If you needed a glam rocker metal piece, there you go. It's some reds, it's pink, it's got the black border. That's gonna blind someone on stage. But speaking of blinding, yes, they blinged out our headstock and made the Gibson logo really hard to read. But then went all out and did it on the back. Left the neck alone so they could do a stinger design. You definitely got to catch that in just the right lighting to see it. But then the body and the back plate also get covered in your new glitter flake. There was also flash blue burst. Looks like they took an existing flame top and then just bluified over top of it, with a semi-solid metallic blue edge border, then a white poker chip with chrome switch tip, and some see-through knobs to complement everything, but that's a modern, so you've got the straight-up mother-of-pearl inlays on your ebony fretboard. Man, just matching headstock week. Love to see it. And that's just such a beautiful jewel blue on the back. Especially love it on the neck here. But now we gotta go brighter with the Silver Spirit. The new finish does what the name implies, but you also get the kind of grayish silver pickup rings and the metal knurled knobs. And hey, why not? Just for fun, let's throw the old HP truss rod cover on it. Must have found some of those they need to use up. And wow! Silver Surfer, alright. Even the back plates. But if you thought the trippy offerings were done, no, we've got a 60s lava lamp. This definitely has potential. I would like to see some other colors. But this has like a metallic copper with some blue. But it's our first headstock that's barren. And I was hoping it was like a dipped finish where the entire thing has it. But nah, the back's red. That's okay. It'll still stand out at a party. But now a Saffron Tiger, which is a predominantly orange hue with our witch hat style knobs. Outside of that, just seems to be a regular flame top custom. With nearly a DC Rust looking back, it's just a bit more orange. And a blank truss rod cover on that one actually looks surprisingly good. But now we've got one of the newer studios in Avocado Gold Mist. $2,500 seems a little expensive for it, but you got the whole green and black going on. This is one of the One studios, so this is at a $500 premium for our new finish, and you get new tuner tips. Okay, I won't complain. It's a full-on gloss refinish, so if you dig that color, why not? Seems we get a lot of avocados in the mod collection. And you also get a lot of chocolate. Here's chocolate brown. As far as brown finished guitars go, yeah, I like that. Looks a bit more gold, but the satin sheen dulls it down a bit and allows the hardware to stand out. But nothing different as far as the face. So it looks like that goldish brown hue is going to have a huge color shift to it where it goes dark to bright. Kind of like a fool's gold. But come to think of it, that's not just your usual SG Supreme, that's actually the Gibson.com exclusive 3-pickup version. A $300 premium to have the new finish. Granted, it is satin, but that is a little bit more visually striking. But if you're in the market for one of these, I will sell my demo unit for $2,750. But that's a you're watching the show right now and you're emailing me directly about it special. And hey, we also got funky with the Theodore with Soul Green. Can't say I like what they did, but hey, new finishes, new options, that's what this is all about. I'm happy about it. So zebra bobbin pickups through one of those B5 Bigsby styles on there. But it's a dark army green and actually appears to be gloss. And they did the entire thing, so I can see why somebody fell in love with that, even at $2,500 and a regular headstock. But now hopping over to the EU side of the mod collection, they had 3 of them, starting with sun-dried satin. Going for those tomato vibes. I think my favorite part here is the fretboard almost looks like it's sun-dried, so it's perfect. And then you just kind of get this very dark but subtle cherry finish over the top, with minor cosmetic differences to our headstock. And running up the back here, it's just dark and red, but then I swear I see a stinger right there. But then when I look at this photo, I'm not sure. Like, does anybody else see the point right there? Maybe it's just like a really shallow see-through darker finish. Or it's 12 o'clock on a Friday and I've got a cold. Well, they also threw us an Epiphone Casino on Blackberry Sparkle. Oh, okay. Wow. I think that's my first custom color one of these I actually liked. So Blackberry, it's almost black, but a little bit of purple and blue mixed in. And then a whole bunch of glitter flake in there. That's actually quite fancy, especially with our fingertail piece over here. That's not what you usually find on this model. But we did not get the continuation onto the headstock. But it looks like you did get the new finish on the back of the body, but they left the neck alone. But that one's a little bit older, all the way from 2021. But if you have to have the Gibson version, here's a 330 in metallic navy satin. This one looks a little bit more regular outside of our new exotic satin finish, which is of the dark blue variety, with a headstock looking as so. And then the back is just a dark walnut color, also matching the satin. So if you come down here, scroll through all those photos, you'll eventually get to their more candid shots that show you that nice side profile. I wouldn't normally think dark walnut and blue, but it does mix pretty well. But now the Gibson USA demo shot. Let's just say, wow. Remember, I'm recording this early Friday. Sometimes they do upload again on Friday and Saturday, but we'll cover any new offerings in next week's episode. But they had a good full 2 pages of brand new offerings. And to be honest, a lot of them were cool. For example, they went crazy and modified this Les Paul Special with a new mini humbucker in the neck position just to make it stand out. There was an awesome Flying V Custom in factory burst. It's got the flame top. It was $5,000. I think the Music Zoo did a custom ordered run of these and they were selling them for like $8,000. So that was a good deal if you were in the market for this particular guitar. There were a lot of these things. There must have been a botched custom batch of them. A Bahama Blue 67 reissue style. Now Bahama Blue is an 80s color, so to see it on a 67 is kind of fun. But they also threw a stinger on it. And it's got the matching headstock, obnoxiously long, but that's part of the 67's charm. I picked out this 50 Standard in Honey Amber because that is some strange wood grain. It's almost like a Led Zeppelin song, Watch Your Honey Drip. The guitar buyers can't keep away. But even the back was kind of cool. It's got some chatoyancy to it. We had more Epiphone prototypes. This was a left-handed one. It was listed at $1,100. Didn't sell too incredibly quick. That headstock's funny looking to a righty. They had a standard 60s in a classic white top, but they stormtroopered it with the black plastics everywhere. Still a natural back. I fell in love with this classic. We haven't seen a classic in here in general in a while, and this is just a refreshing seafoam green coloring. It's the wood grain that really sells this. Like, it looks like maybe it has a bit of flame, but it's mainly plain. It's got a lot of mineral streaks. This is not a high-grade top by any means, but it has a certain charm to it with a natural back. This one wasn't Bahama Blue, but silver, but had the exact same thing going on. Silver everywhere. It's got the stinger. You could say this reminds you of the Silver Streak, which was an 80s limited edition run of a pre-studio, believe it or not. But I think the reason why these might have ended up in here is these are not Murphy Lab age, but the cold weather got to them. There's another classic, an Ocean Water Perimeter, $1,800. That does not seem bad. And the coloring with the black plastics looks cool. Good top, but a very dark blue back. There's a 335 with gold hardware. That's what stood out to me, and I was thinking, oh, black finish. Oh, very cool. But no, just like the past month, it's Brunswick red, just hiding. They definitely had some nastiness there in the cutaway. Here was a 61 reissue. Again, all silver, but this one has a black binding. That's a pretty cool custom order. The black binding and the stinger, just the double wow factor on that. I just thought this was a nice green lemon fade. And hey, now that I think about it, it doesn't have the super heavily aniline dyed back. Here's another good one in the golden poppy burst. That's a nearly perfect top. Nothing against what the custom shop has been doing, but those super heavy aniline dyes on the back, I get it, they're historically correct, but I think they might be going too heavy sometimes. Now, in an interesting turn of events, this one was actually called Silver Sky. I'm not quite sure how it was different from the other one that was just silver, though. And then an Elvis Dove. I wanted to check on that because I always thought the Elvis Dove did not have the doves on the bridge. That seems to be how they did the old ones. So that was always the thing about the pickguard. Elvis's didn't have it, but to see it on the bridge, that was the first time that kind of caught my attention ever since they re-released these things. There was a blindingly sparkly orange Les Paul Custom. It's like $700 off what a regular custom will run you. If you like the finish, go for it. Just had some mild weirdness to the clear coat, looks like. This reminded me of the Guitar of the Week white Les Paul Custom, except for this one's custom shop with the uncovered pickups. A little bit of Steve Jones, perhaps. I forget what dealer has been doing these, but there was one of the transparent pink over TV white backs. So that's just kind of an interesting color scheme. Now that I think about it, I think it's Wild West. But this particular top, it's got a little bit of a dead spot right here, but maybe that'll look better at different angles. That is such a billowing top. I love it. Not all quilts are as nice as that. They even played around with a double neck. Put uncovered pickups on your 12-string side for whatever reason. And this was a stellar top for a Gibson USA, non-AAA. I mean, look, all the crossed-hatched wood grain, a little bit wavy, and some flame. And then they had a Cardinal Red Explorer, Carina, one of those custom color ones. So if you're looking for that in your collection, not the worst price you could pay. Speaking of not the worst price you could pay, if you dig through here to about page 3, anything that was not just released this week either has 10 or 15% off on it. So, I mean, you can go through here and see what you might like. I mean, those Carinas are really coming down, almost just $6,500. That Tobacco Custom all the way down to $4,000 with the trapezoid inlays. That is tempting. But this, somebody needs to pick that up. That's a good price. All right, Troglodytes, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you tomorrow on the next one. Take care.